Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video in which we introduce trigonometric modeling. So we're going to be using trigonometric equations and graphs to model real-world data. So an example I thought might be useful is the temperature at different times of the day. So you know what happens with temperature. You know it'll be like cold, it'll reach a minimum sometime in the morning. Temperature rises, it'll reach a maximum in the day, then it comes down at night, goes up again during the day, reaches a maximum, comes down at night. So that's the sort of thing that is modeled with trigonometric graphs. Things that go up, down in value, they continue to oscillate. So looking at the graph here, what we have is temperature in some city, doesn't matter where, that oscillates between 5 degrees and 15 degrees, the minimum and the maximum. So I've let the x-axis be the time after 12 a.m. So in this city, the temperature starts at a minimum. So that's 12 a.m., the minimum is 5 degrees. Temperature rises, it reaches its maximum of 15 degrees 12 hours later, so at 12 p.m. And then 24 hours later, it reaches its minimum of 5 degrees again. So 24 hours after 12 a.m., that'll be 12 a.m. the next day. And then the temperature rises and reaches a peak at 12 p.m. the next day, and so on. It will keep reaching a minimum at 12 a.m. every night, and then go up and reach a maximum at 12 p.m. So all we need to do is calculate the period and amplitude of this graph and understand what they mean. So we've seen before the period of a trigonometric graph is the distance between peaks or the distance between troughs. So we can see if the maximum is reached at 12 and then again at 36, the distance here is 24. Similarly here, the distance is from x equals 0 to x equals 24. So the period in this case is 24. So remember, x is the number of hours after 12 a.m. So what that means in the context of our data is pretty commonsensical. The maximum temperatures occur every 24 hours and the minimums occur every 24 hours. So in this case, we said it was 12 a.m., 24 hours later, each day at 12 a.m., the minimum temperature occurs. So the maximum temperature occurs at 12 p.m. and then again 24 hours later, 12 p.m. the next day, and then 24 hours later, 12 p.m. the next day. So that's what the period means here. So remember, the amplitude is the distance from the mean position to the maximum or the minimum. So here we have the maximum is 15 and the minimum is 5. So the distance between the maximum and the minimum is 15 minus 5, which is 10. So to find the amplitude, we divide that by 2. So the amplitude here is actually 5. So what that means is the mean position here will be 10 degrees. And the amplitude is the distance up here, which is 5. It's also the distance down here, which is 5. So in the context of our data, this just tells us how far above or below the maximum and minimum are. So it's saying the mean temperature of this city is 10 degrees. The amplitude of 5 means that the maximum is 5 degrees more than the mean, more than usual, and the minimum is 5 degrees less than that. That's all the amplitude means. All right, that's all I wanted to go through in this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.